Let's rewind to October 2021, a time when actor Kim Seon Ho wasn't just popular, he was arguably the most beloved rising star in South Korea. Fresh off the massive success of Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, where he played the charming and reliable Hong Do-sik, he was the industry's golden boy. Brands loved him, viewers adored him, and his career trajectory seemed unstoppable. Then, with a single anonymous online post, everything came crashing down in a matter of days. It all started on a Korean online community forum, a place often used for sharing secrets and allegations. A user, claiming to be his ex-girlfriend, posted a lengthy, detailed account that would instantly become the biggest scandal of the year. She alleged that she had been in a relationship with Kim Seon Ho since early 2020. The post was not just about a messy breakup, it contained devastating accusations. She claimed that during their relationship, she became pregnant and that Kim Seon Ho pressured her into getting an abortion, allegedly telling her they could have a child later, and that getting the procedure was the logical choice due to financial and career risks. Furthermore, she accused him of emotional manipulation, saying he promised marriage but then abruptly broke up with her via text, leaving her with profound emotional and physical distress. The post was raw, personal, and specifically named Kim Seon Ho, though it initially only used his initials KSH, but in the hyper-connected world of K-entertainment, it took netizens mere minutes to connect the dots. The public reaction was instantaneous and brutal. Fans were in a state of shock and disbelief. How could the sweet Chief Hong from Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha be capable of such callous behavior? The cognitive dissonance was immense. Overnight, the image of the warm, smiling actor was replaced by the portrait of a manipulative and calculating person painted by the anonymous post. Social media erupted. Hashtags related to the scandal trended globally. Outrage poured in from all corners, with netizens expressing their disappointment and anger. This wasn't just gossip. It struck a nerve because it touched on sensitive issues of power dynamics in relationships, reproductive coercion, and the stark contrast between a celebrity's public persona and their alleged private actions. The industry's response was just as swift and decisive, showcasing the unforgiving nature of Korean celebrity culture when it comes to scandals. Within a day, Kim Seon Ho's agency, Salt Entertainment, issued a brief but damning statement. They said, "We are currently checking the facts regarding the post. We ask for your understanding that it will take some time to confirm as it is about the actor's private life. But in the court of public opinion, silence or hesitation is often interpreted as guilt." The floodgates opened. The commercial fallout was immediate and severe. This is where we see the brutal economics of a K-star scandal. One by one, major brands that had tied their image to Kim Seon Ho began to cut ties. Food conglomerates, cosmetic giants, apparel brands, over a dozen companies like Domino's Pizza, Canon, and Lavergne publicly announced they were dropping him as their model and removing all related advertising. Each press release was another nail in the coffin of his public career. But it didn't stop at advertisements. The ripple effect reached his ongoing projects. He was forced to step down from the popular KBS variety show 2 Days and One Night, a show that had significantly boosted his public appeal. Even more telling, he was removed from 2 upcoming films, Dog Days and 2 O'Clock Date, mistranslated as Pretty Crazy in some reports. This was a clear signal. The industry considered him toxic. Directors and producers, fearing audience boycotts, could not afford to be associated with him. His career, which had taken years to build, was dismantled in under 72 hours. The court of public opinion had delivered its verdict, and the entertainment industry executed the sentence. Amidst this firestorm, Kim Seon Ho broke his silence. He posted a handwritten apology on his Instagram. In it, he did not directly refute the ex-girlfriend's claims. Instead, he stated, "I met her with good feelings, but in the process, I hurt her due to my carelessness and inconsiderate actions." He apologized to her, to everyone who believed in him, and to the production teams and brands affected by his actions. For many, this apology was seen as a confirmation of the allegations. The phrase carelessness and inconsiderate actions was interpreted as an admission of guilt regarding the abortion pressure. The outrage intensified. How could something so serious be dismissed as mere carelessness? The narrative was set. Kim Seon Ho was a hypocrite who had betrayed his fans and deeply hurt a woman. However, just as the story seemed settled, it took a dramatic and complex turn. A few days after his apology, the same anonymous poster returned to the forum. This time, she released a follow-up statement that completely changed the tone. She revealed that Kim Seon Ho had personally contacted her and apologized sincerely. She stated that there had been misunderstandings between them that snowballed, and acknowledged that he was truly remorseful. Most importantly, she clarified that the harm done to me was not intentional on his part. This sudden shift left the public confused. Was she backtracking due to pressure? Was it a private settlement? The plot had thickened. Then the Korean Korean news outlet Dispatch, famous for its investigative celebrity reporting, entered the scene with a bombshell report of their own. Dispatch claimed to have spoken to sources close to both parties and viewed private communications, including KakaoTalk messages. Their report painted a drastically different picture from the initial post. According to Dispatch, the decision regarding the pregnancy was a mutual one made after discussions where both parties expressed anxiety about their careers and future. The messages they published allegedly showed Kim Seon Ho being supportive, asking about her health and discussing future plans, even mentioning marriage. Dispatch's narrative suggested a private relationship that ended badly, not a story of unilateral coercion. They also raised questions about the ex-girlfriend's circumstances, implying there were other complicating factors in their breakup. This report shattered the black and white narrative. Now the public was divided. Some believed Dispatch's evidence exonerated him, showing he was a victim of a vindictive ex who distorted their private matters. Others argued that Dispatch was engaging in a common practice of victim shaming, and that private messages didn't negate the power imbalance or the emotional outcome. The conversation shifted from monster to a messy, private relationship that had been tried in the most public arena possible. This is a crucial point in understanding K-entertainment scandals. The truth is often layered, and public perception can swing based on which media outlet provides the most compelling narrative. So, where did this leave Kim Seon Ho? In a state of professional purgatory. The brands and productions that dropped him did not return immediately. He entered a long period of silence and reflection, completely disappearing from the public eye. For months, there was no news. The industry was watching to see if the public's anger would subside. His first tentative step back was not in Korea but overseas. He attended the Asian Star Awards in Thailand in late 2022, where he was met with overwhelming support from international fans. This was a strategic move, testing the waters in a less volatile market. The message was clear. While his reputation was severely damaged domestically, his international fandom remained largely intact. Finally, in early 2023, the domestic thaw began. He made his official return to acting in the play Touching the Void, a medium often seen as a safe space for scandal-hit actors to reconnect with a live audience and critics without the immediate pressure of TV ratings. The reviews were positive, focusing on his performance. Slowly, very slowly, brands began to cautiously work with him again, often starting with low-key collaborations. But the real test was always going to be his return to television. That moment came with the announcement of his casting in the 2024 drama Can This Love Be Translated? And the backlash was immediate, proving that while time had passed, the scandal had not been forgotten. The announcement comment sections were flooded with mixed reactions. Comments like, "I would really like to stop seeing Kim Seon Ho on the screens," and "How come this dude gets cast in male lead roles all the time?" trended. This is the lasting impact of a major scandal in the digital age. The internet never fully forgets. Every new role is no longer just about the performance. It's a referendum on his past. The controversy also spilled over to his co-star, Go Yoon-jung, with some viewers claiming their pairing felt uncomfortable and forced, a direct reflection of the shadow still cast over his image. The drama itself became entangled in another casting controversy with a Japanese actor. But for Kim Seon Ho, the narrative remained focused on his 2021 scandal. The drama's performance became a barometer for his career rehabilitation.